Imagine a city that builds itself, not with cranes, concrete trucks, and endless construction sites, but with living systems. A city where buildings grow like trees, where streets appear naturally between forests, and where the entire environment slowly expands on its own. For centuries, cities have always followed the same pattern. First comes the land, then the roads, then the buildings. Nature is pushed away to make room for concrete. But what if the future of cities works the opposite way? What if the city grows with nature instead of replacing it? Welcome to the idea of the self-growing forest city. A place where architecture and biology merge into a single living system. At first glance, the city looks more like a forest than an urban environment. Massive towers rise above the canopy like giant trees. But these structures are not built entirely from steel or concrete. Instead, they combine advanced engineering with living materials. Bioengineered tree structures form the foundation of each building. These trees are designed to grow faster and stronger than any natural species. Their trunks harden into wood that is stronger than traditional construction materials. Inside the structures, lightweight carbon frameworks guide their growth upward. The result is a building that expands naturally as the tree grows. Instead of construction cranes, autonomous drones monitor the forest. They analyze soil health, sunlight patterns, and water levels. When new structures are needed, the system begins planting the next generation of architectural trees. These young structures slowly rise from the ground. At first, they appear as small saplings. But over the years, they expand into full-scale buildings, living architecture. Infrastructure in the forest city also evolves organically. Roads are not carved into the land with heavy machines. Instead, pathways emerge naturally between clusters of trees and structures. Autonomous transit vehicles glide silently along these routes. Because the city grows gradually, transportation networks adjust with it. Nothing remains fixed forever. Energy production is equally integrated with nature. Solar membranes stretch across the upper canopy, capturing sunlight above the trees. Wind turbines rise gently between the tallest structures. Underground geothermal systems provide constant energy beneath the forest floor. Together, these systems create a city that produces more energy than it consumes. Water flows through the forest city in carefully designed natural channels. Rain is collected by the upper canopy and filtered through layers of vegetation. Reservoir lakes store water throughout the city. Every drop is recycled through biological filtration systems. Even waste becomes part of the ecosystem. Organic materials are broken down by microbial systems within the soil. Nutrients return to the forest, feeding the next generation of plant structures. The city quite literally grows stronger over time. One of the most remarkable features of the forest city is its resilience. Traditional cities slowly decay. Buildings crack. Infrastructure ages. Maintenance becomes more expensive every year. But in a self-growing city, the opposite happens. Living structures repair themselves. Damaged branches regrow. Plant fibers strengthen over time. The architecture becomes more stable as it matures. Over decades, the city transforms. What begins as a carefully planned environment slowly becomes something far more complex. A living ecosystem with millions of interconnected biological and technological systems. People walk through streets filled with sunlight filtering through leaves. Buildings blend seamlessly into the forest canopy. The boundary between city and nature disappears. Instead of fighting the environment, the city adapts to it. When storms arrive, flexible living structures bend instead of breaking. When temperatures rise, the forest canopy naturally cools the entire urban environment. Even the air becomes cleaner as billions of leaves filter pollution. The city becomes a giant living climate system. A place where technology quietly supports nature rather than replacing it. And as the forest expands, the city expands with it. New neighborhoods slowly appear as fresh architectural trees mature. Entire districts emerge over time without the noise and disruption of traditional construction. The skyline itself evolves like a living organism, growing, adapting, and reshaping itself every year. What begins as a bold experiment in sustainable architecture could eventually transform the way humans design cities. Instead of covering the planet in concrete and steel, future civilizations might grow their cities the same way forests grow in nature. Slowly, naturally, and in balance with the world around them. Because in the future, cities may not be built at all. They may simply grow.